Hello everyone, this is Jorge Llano and this is my recorded Sync Session 2 that was due on November 24th. The Class Sync assignment requires students to select a virtualized platform that would satisfy Superior Technical College's use of virtualized systems in a computer lab. The goal for IT was to allow instructors to be able to place a parent copy of a preset image on a server that would be accessible to students. Students would then be able to check out this parent image, clone it, and use it as part of their course requirements. Once the students were complete with their lab or unit of work, their changes would be captured and then submitted through the virtual platform and then ultimately seen by the instructor. Since there are a limited number of lab computers, both IT and the instructors are eager to use virtualized desktop infrastructure as a means to augment the lab computer systems. The goal of this sync is to recommend a virtualized platform for the college to use, details on how the platform will be set up, and the reasoning for this recommendation. In order to provide access to a large pool of students, the recommendation is for the college to deploy a virtual server and application farm in the Amazon cloud. And this facilitates the use of virtual farms across all locations and allows the use of virtualization for remote access. Superior Technical College use of Amazon Workspace is a cost-effective way to minimize the college's operating expenses. Using Amazon's virtual cloud technology, the university allows the flexibility of using an externally hosted platform that is much more secure, allowing for any number of workstation servers and applications to actually expand or contract geometrically as needed. Some of the advantages of using Amazon's Workspace is the flexibility for Superior College administrators and instructors to define how much CPU or memory usage and even storage can be allocated to each virtual desktop. Students have an option to use an existing parent copy of an image that has been approved by the instructor in order to make a subordinate virtual desktop, or, if required, a student can configure a new image based on Windows 7, 10, or some Linux version. Slide 4 contains a graphic image of the Superior Technical College virtualization infrastructure based on Amazon's Workspace. This technical diagram shows all of the connectivity that facilitates using the Amazon Workspace platform. The diagram also shows parts of the Amazon Workspace that are public-facing to the internet and components that are within the Workspace platform that are only allowed for use for authenticated college students. The Amazon Workspace allows for integration into the college's single sign-on system in order to authenticate students. College students are required to download an Amazon Workspace client that is based on their current operating system. In the event there's a requirement for web access, a web front end is also available and accessible to grant access to the Amazon Workspace platform. College information technology administrators are collaborating with department heads across the college in order to ensure that there is a mapping of college courses which need virtualized desktop servers or applications. Amazon Workspace allows for students to work independently or in work groups, and Amazon has built-in isolation features which allow students to work securely and also prevent students from saturating the virtual platform resources, which, if left unchecked, could cause disruptions to other students who are also logged in using the virtualized instance. Amazon's Workspace virtual desktop infrastructure is geared to be administratively friendly. Virtual systems can be scheduled to be shut down daily, automatically reimaged at the end of every lab, and professors can also capture progress of every student with the configuration management reports that show what changes the students have implemented. And students who are working on an assignment can make any changes to the virtualized desktop once they have cloned an image from the parent copy. The virtualized desktop infrastructure platform is capable of showing students images outlining how the outcome of the lab or the assignment should look like, which helps guide the students without the need of interaction with an instructor or IT. As the Amazon Workspace is configured, department heads work with information technology to ensure that these workspaces are configured appropriately. Administrators are mapping out courses based on the requirements of the instructors. Each master course has its own virtual private cloud. Each subordinate course will have its own virtual private LAN within the VPC. So it's very possible for every VPC to have multiple sub VLANs that are dedicated to the course. So for instance, if a course has 10 instances of that particular course, each course can have a course number and a corresponding VLAN. Students can access their workspace using the Amazon Workspace client, which is downloaded to their desktop and installed. This allows for the student to have a very secure connection into the workspace environment. Students at that point have access to existing templates of virtual images which they can clone, and these master images are read-only and cannot be changed by the students, but they can be changed by administrators or the actual instructors. Once students have cloned their virtual image, they can mount it and begin performing their lab work. And students are also allowed 2 snapshots of each lab, and students have the ability to save their work for review by the instructor. This slide shows how the Amazon infrastructure is set up. Each virtual private cloud has its own subnets for each course and multiple workspaces that allow for different courses to be set up. The reasoning behind setting up the Amazon Workspace as a consideration required a number of conditions that made it a viable option for the college. Amazon Workspace uses a console to monitor, alert, and orchestrate virtual devices. Amazon Workspace has a console that facilitates an easy-to-configure virtualized network, which includes such devices as routers and switches, firewalls, systems such as desktop servers and other network devices such as virtual printers. And if there is a need, you can also have virtual applications that may also be used as part of the assignment. The Amazon Workspace is scalable, and within a short period of time, admins can deploy or collapse thousands of desktops across a number of virtual private cloud instances. Workspace uses a secure application which allows students to an easy way to access their work, and it also ensures that these students are working autonomously and securely. The authentication platform is integrated into the college's authentication platform, so it's easy for single sign-on to occur for the students. All of the data at rest within the virtual private clouds of the Amazon Workspace are encrypted. And Workspace college IT admins are also required to use multi-factor authentication in order to make any changes to the Amazon Workspace environment. This ensures that anyone who is making administrative changes to that workspace environment is in fact part of the college IT environment. And students can clone parent images that have been set up as templates by the IT and instructors. And obviously, once their assignments are completed, students can submit their work to their instructor through the Amazon Workspace portal. The following slides show a number of references that were used in order to set up my sync for this week. If you have any questions, please feel free to convey them to the instructor, Dr. Webb, or drop me an email and I'd be happy to answer all of your questions.